Item Number SCP-3299. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Major Internet advertising agencies are to have their output automatically monitored by I.O. Beholder for instances of SCP-3299. Any such detected instances are to be deleted using previously installed Foundation Trojan software, and attempts to track their source should be made. Automated filtering and classification software specifically designed for the detection of cognitohazardous and mimetic digital media. Any individuals discovered to have been affected by SCP-3299 are to be detained and treated on a case-by-case basis. The preferred treatment is the administration of amnestics and then release, but more invasive options are available if necessary, including, but not limited to, corrective surgery or permanent containment in the anomalous humanoid wing of Site-17. Description: SCP-3299 is a series of cognitohazardous Internet advertisements of a style that is colloquially referred to as clickbait. Individuals who follow the link in the advertisement and read the headline and full body of the associated article are subject to its effect. When its effect is triggered, the affected individual is subject to one or more mental or physical alterations associated in some way with the headline and contents of the SCP-3299 instance they were exposed to. These alterations appear to be irreversible. Amnestics have had no success in removing mental effects, though in minor cases, physical alterations can be masked with surgery. To date, there have been 247 different recorded varieties of SCP-3299. Their content varies significantly, but in most cases, tends towards the absurd. Refer to Table 3299-1 below for a list of examples. The origin of SCP-3299 is unknown, but attempts to trace its source have resulted in a pattern of inconclusive data matching that of SCP-2964. Table 3299-1. Examples of SCP-3299. Headline: Contents Summary. Effect: This woman's one weird trick will make you younger. Doctors hate her. Includes details on a facial ointment supposedly made from household goods, with the implied effect of making a person look more youthful. Subjects not educated to a PhD level visibly de-age by between 20 to 30% of their current age. Subjects with a PhD became irrationally angry at the woman mentioned in the article, ultimately developing a crippling obsession that prevents normal functioning. This intense footage will shake even the most skeptic non-believer. A short video of maintenance lights flashing in an underground train line tunnel that briefly synchronize into the vague shape of a human face. Immediately following the conclusion of the video, the subject's body begins to vibrate at a frequency of between 800 Hz and 2.3 kHz, causing them to produce the associated audible tone. This effect is permanent, but has, as of yet, had no significant long-term health impacts on the subjects. It has also been observed to continue following the death of the subject. This uncomfortable video of a clam will irreversibly change you. An article featuring several photos, but no video, of Mercenaria, hard clams, in various stages of their life, with description of the life cycle of said clams. Approximately 6 hours after reading this instance, subjects undergo rapid and extreme morphological changes. Their hands form into solid structures, resembling bivalve clamshells, and their legs fuse into a single large appendage, resembling the foot of a clam. Addendum 1. On November 3, 2017, a new strain of SCP-3299 began appearing on websites served by popular advertising services. These new instances typically consist of only a headline and an image or video. In instances that contain text, the text is frequently nonsensical strings of random words. Additionally, reading the linked article itself is no longer required to trigger their effects. Reading the headline and viewing the associated images and video is sufficient. Table 3299-2 contains examples of this new strain. I.O. Beholder has been updated to check for potential future strains of SCP-3299, in addition to its usual monitoring activities. Table 3299-2 Headline: Content Summary. Effect: This is not a joke. You may laugh, but you shouldn't. It's quite horrifying. 7 close-up photos of the faces of 7 unidentified individuals, each one a accompanied block of text consisting of random combinations of letters. Whenever the subject laughs for any reason, an incorporeal entity, with a significant resemblance to Judith Sheindlin, manifests within a 2-meter radius of the subject. The subject will claim to hear the entity berating them and gesticulating aggressively, though observers only see the entity standing still with a dour expression on its face. The entity demanifests 5 minutes after the subject stops laughing. These confident tips will help people see you differently. Number 3 changed my life. A 40-second video clip of an unidentified man making random sounds as unrelated words flash up on the screen. The words appear to be different with each viewing. The subject begins to experience pain whenever another individual looks at it. The location and severity of the pain varies, but increases over time. After approximately 5 cumulative hours, the subject's skin will begin to harden when they are looked at and, after approximately 20 cumulative hours, the subject's skin completely transforms into a substance that superficially resembles concrete, preventing all movement. These changes completely revert once they are no longer in the direct line of sight of another individual, though each change has been described as extremely painful. If your body suddenly jerks while falling asleep, this is what it means. An image of an unidentified woman laying on a bed, with a shocked expression on her face. Whenever the subject experiences a hypnic jerk, they disappear from their current location and reappear at exactly 9:14 AM the following day at a new location, between 0.5 meters and 1.2 meters above the ground. Local time and the location that they reappear. This location is typically one that the subject has visited within the previous 48 hours. Subjects are unable to account for the lost time. This local woman lost 20 kilos in a month. Click to find out what 2 ingredients she used. The image of a slender woman wearing a pair of denim jeans several sizes too large for her, holding the waist away from her abdomen. Text from the article features the word feed repeated 713 times. Subjects gain an immediate craving for, and the ability to metabolize, common lawn grass and kerosene, and lose the ability to digest all other foods. If the subject goes for a period of longer than 3 hours without consuming one of those 2 things, their body begins converting muscle and bone into fat cells. This process is irreversible, but can be stopped temporarily by eating the necessary products. She pulled it out thinking it was a blackhead, but it was something else. OMG. A 21-second clip from a nature documentary of bees smothering a hornet to death, slowed down to be 10 hours long. When the subject suffers any damage to their skin, sufficient to draw blood, including ruptured epidermal blemishes, the wounds will begin to disgorge arthropods in large numbers. The number depends on the size of the wound, but in each case will continue for 32 seconds before stopping. The skin may be distended during this, but will suffer no additional damage beyond the original wound. Over 5,000 species of arthropod have thus far been catalogued.